Hi, and welcome to the Relationship Love Boost, which is all about nurturing the love you have and getting the love you want. Today's Love Boost number 3, is about letting go of being right. You've heard that old saying, what do you want to be? Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? And some of us, we can really get caught up in wanting to be right. I know I certainly have gotten caught up in that, and it hasn't served me well. This card has the perfect text that supports what I want to talk about, so I want to read it to you. Today I will realize that being myself and letting others be themselves is far more important than being right. So when both of you can be who you are, when you don't have to worry about your partner criticizing you, judging you, telling you what you're doing is wrong, or kind of questioning you, how come you always, or why don't you ever? That kind of helpful, somewhat indirect criticism, it doesn't feel very safe. And after a while, we either become vigilant or we don't share very much about ourselves because we're afraid to hear criticism. So it starts to create a disconnect. Card goes on. Value and worth are not dependent on being right. And I'm striving for love in my relationships, not for superiority. And that's what we're all striving for. We're striving for love and connection. Because when we're bickering about who's being right, often we're struggling with a concept that's called differentiation. Differentiation is, I have to sit with the feelings that come up for me as I witness you being different. And I might have a pretty strong opinion about what you're doing and why I think my way would be a much better way. It can be something as simple as how to stack the dishwasher. So we can get into little squabbles, but this being right and wrong can go much bigger. And then it creates a much bigger disconnect. Because when we're arguing, either we're power struggling or we're trying to sit with, why can't you be more like me? Because if you're like me, that's comfortable, that works with my anxieties, with my belief system, with how I walk through the world, and it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. And when you're doing something else, it is much more comfortable if I'm right and you're wrong. So A, I may not have to check in with myself, and B, maybe I can bring you over to my side, and then we can both be here, and that's easier. So when we let go of being right, we let go of creating disconnect, and we create emotional safety. You give each other permission to be exactly who you are. And isn't that kind of what we look for when we come home? Don't you want that place with your partner to be your safe place? Out in the world, we often have to be wearing a mask. You have to agree and smile and nod to things that maybe you don't think are right and you don't agree with, but you don't want to upset your boss or you don't want to have a conflict with somebody else. So we're wearing this mask, and often our true feelings can't come out. So don't we want to all come home to our partner and feel we're safe to be who we are and not to be told we're wrong? So I'm encouraging you, use this love boost, integrate it into your relationship. Catch yourself. Catch yourself when you're about to tell your partner that they're wrong and that you're right. Because really, you're right according to who? And they're wrong according to what book of rules? Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this love boost. And here's to more connection, nurturing the love you have in your relationship. I'm Ina Stockhausen. I'm a somatic psychotherapist offering heart-centered counseling for couples and individuals.